Jenna had always been fascinated by the antique mirror in her grandmother's house. It was taller than her, framed in dark wood with intricate carvings that seemed to twist and move when she stared at them too long. The mirror was kept in the attic, away from guests, but as a child, Jenna would sneak up and sit in front of it, watching her reflection and wondering why she felt a strange pull toward it. One evening, years later, she was back at her grandmother's after her funeral, tidying the house with a heavy heart. When she went up to the attic to sort through some things, the mirror stood in its usual corner, covered with a heavy sheet. She couldn't resist. Jenna pulled the sheet off, and the mirror seemed to hum to life, reflecting her dimly in the faint attic light. As she looked into it, a strange urge rose within her, a need to reach out and touch the glass. She pressed her fingers to its surface, feeling a surprising warmth. The warmth grew, and before she realized what was happening, her hand sank into the glass as though it were water. She gasped, pulling her hand back instinctively, but the mirror wouldn't let go. It felt like something on the other side was pulling her in. She stumbled forward, and the world around her twisted and inverted, spilling her into a strange, silent world. She landed on her feet, dizzy and disoriented, but standing in what looked like her grandmother's attic only. Everything was backward. Dust floated in slow motion, like underwater particles suspended in light, and the air was thick charged. Then Jenna heard it a soft, echoing whisper coming from behind her. She turned slowly and felt her stomach drop. Her reflection was still in the mirror behind her, staring out into her world with a look of cold satisfaction. It smiled, lifting a hand in a slow wave. Then, without breaking eye contact, it walked away, disappearing from the glass. Jenna pounded on the mirror, shouting, but no sound came out. Her voice was swallowed by the heavy silence. She looked around in desperation, realizing the awful truth. She was trapped in the mirror dimension. As she looked closer, she noticed shadows moving in the corners of the attic, twisting, crawling on walls, darting out of sight. She wasn't alone here. Faces familiar, distorted, glinted in the glass around her, each one silently screaming, just like she was. Then she heard footsteps her own. She realized with horror, as her reflection descended the attic stairs, slipping seamlessly into her life, leaving her forever in the silent, backward world.